A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is filled with new and returning houses of Westeros, some of which most fans will recognize, and some of which they will be curious to learn more about. HBO's latest entry in the world of A Song of Ice and Fire is the six-part A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. In it, a hedge knight named Duncan, Dunk, played by Peter Claffey, arrives at a tourney 100 years before Game of Thrones. There, he hopes to secure a position in one of Westeros' many noble houses. As is expected of a large, boisterous tournament, we see quite a few houses that have turned up to joust, carouse, and maybe more. House Targaryen is the favorite family of writer George R.R. Martin, so you can expect to see them throughout A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Once again, we have the evil Targaryen prince in the mix, but there are many more flavors in this series, some allies and some not so much. While we have only seen Targaryens in the trailers for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, their name is brought up in the first episode, and their arrival is imminent. House Baratheon is represented mostly by Ser Lyonel Baratheon, Daniel Ings, the Laughing Storm, who has already earned his nickname in Episode 1. Lyonel has the same appetite for drinks and food as Robert Baratheon, Mark Addy, in Game of Thrones, but is a bit more wild-eyed. Lyonel is one of the first High Lords to welcome Dunk, after a brief misunderstanding. Lyonel also enjoys wearing a crown of stag horns, representative of his house's sigil. House Lannister. The flags of House Lannister are briefly seen in Episode 1, with the gold lion on red easily distinguishable. We have yet to meet any Lannisters, who were the main villains in Game of Thrones, and it's possible they may not play a big part in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, but the house is always hanging around. House Ashford of Ashford. The flags of House Ashford, with their white sun-and-chevron on orange, can be seen all over A Night of the Seven Kingdoms because the tourney at the center of the series is the Ashford Tourney. Plummer, Tom Vaughan-Lawlor, the steward, takes a liking to Dunk in the first episode of the series. House Dondarrion, led by the mystical Beric, Richard Dormer, in Game of Thrones, is a little less honorable in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Dunk approaches Manfred Dondarrion, Daniel Monks, at the tourney and asks that he vouch for him being a knight. Manfred has no interest in helping, too preoccupied with women and parties. House Fossaway, a House of the Reach, is seen in Episode 1. The heir to House Fossaway of Ciderhall, Stephen Fossaway, Edward Ashley, is seen beating up his cousin and squire, Raymond, Sean Thomas, and then challenging Dunk to fight, who humbly declines. Later, Dunk runs into Raymond, who is impressed with Dunk's size but more so, his willingness to avoid a challenge despite likely being stronger than his cousin. The sigil of House Fossaway of Ciderhall is a red apple on gold. House Harding. In the final trailer of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, we see a knight jousting with a shield of red and white diamonds, the sigil of House Harding of the Vale. The house briefly appears in the novels but not in Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon. House Beesbury of Honeyholt or House Joust. House Harding's knight jousts against a knight dressed in dark yellow and black. Without seeing his sigil, he's most likely a knight of House Beesbury of Honeyholt or House Joust. Lord Lyman Beesbury, Bill Patterson, as King Viserys, Paddy Considine, Master of Coin, who voices his outrage at the plot to usurp Rhaenyra, Emma Darcy, in House of the Dragon. House Cafferin is only mentioned by name in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms Episode 1. While interrogating Dunk, Lyonel Baratheon says that even Lord Cafferin of Fontown, poor as he is, gave him a gift. Cafferin's sigil is two white fawns on green. 9.3, 10A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms 10 stars 9 stars 8 stars 7 stars 6 stars 5 stars 4 stars 3 stars 2 stars 1 star like followed TVMA drama action fantasy release date January 18, 2026 network HBO showrunner Ira Parker 4 images close. Cast see all Peter Claffey Ser Duncan Dunk the Tall Dexter Saul Ansel Egg Where to watch close Where to watch streaming directors Owen Harris writers George R. Martin. Ira Parker franchises Game of Thrones creators George R.R. Martin. Ira Parker powered by Expand Collapse.